If you had a chance to bet on someone, would you bet on yourself? Well, you should, because there's so much more to you than you have ever imagined. This is the All That You Can Be podcast with Yinka Jibril. Let's go on a journey learning how to live our lives by design. Hi everyone, welcome to the All That You Can Be podcast with Yinka Jibril. This is the first of our love series in 2026, and I am so excited because I have a guest with me in the studio. You know how excited I am whenever I have a guest. We're going to be exploring a lot of exciting topics, and I hope that viewers will stay with us, ask their questions, hook up with us. These conversations are really important. As a person, I always like to say I love love, right? And there's so much to talk about love-wise. You see, these topics that we're going to explore, I didn't just want to just talk about the love concept, just talk about relationships. I really wanted us to delve into emotional connections and especially the psychology of love. So we're going to be doing a lot of topics that are, not really usual, but then we're going to be delving into a lot of things, a lot of questions and all of that. So everybody, wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Help me say a big welcome to my guest today, Mr. Bamigbola. Mr.Ayo Bamigbola, thank you so much for joining us in this episode. Yeah. It's wonderful to have you. I think you're somebody that I've always really enjoyed listening to, especially when it comes to love and relationships. Obviously, we've had you as a member of the TOBC Marriage Academy. I think that was the first place where, like I said to your wife one day, you're a lucky find, because it was your wife that was supposed to be in those classes. And then because she didn't have time, she said, let's swap you with my husband. And I was like, when I listened to you, I was like, whoa. I was like, so you have to be on this episode. So thank you for coming this evening.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah. And when it comes to the issue of love, right, there's so many angles that we can approach it from. Yeah. But I think one of my observations these days is on the issue of, I don't want to just say conflict. So this is the way I've sort of thought about it. I'm like, you either see two ends of the continuum where you either have maybe calm love or chaotic chemistry. There is so much chaos sometimes when it comes to relationship. It almost looks as though when there are relationships, people must have chaos. What are your observations about that, first of all? As in, what do you think?
So, I don't like big grammar.
I know.
I always tell my wife that I used to talk like ABCD, English. I don't like big grammar.
So kind of like chaotic chemistry.
Chaotic chemistry. So as we were saying it, I was thinking, what's chaotic chemistry?
Right.
And what is what do you call it? Calm love.
Yes.
If when we're talking about love, I would want to take it back to, let me not sound too spiritual, but just to God, because everybody talks about love and everybody's conscious that, in fact, we put it on our status. God loves me. Yes, I'm a child of God, and everybody believes that God, even the person that is a terrible person, if you ask that person, the person will tell you that God loves me very well. Right. So,
especially if you're from this part of our world, isn't it? Yes.
Africa, Nigeria especially. Everybody feels that God loves him or her. So the thing about love, God's love with us, is that it could be chaotic. It could be chaotic. I don't know if there's anything like chaotic chemistry,
right?
And I don't think there's also anything like
calm love,
right? The love with my child, it can be calm, it's not calm because in the expression, because love is not a noun, it's a verb, it's a doing thing. So in the expression of your love, so
there can be a lot of passion.
It can be calm, it can be chaotic, it can be hard, depending on the time and the season, So it's the same thing, I remember the way I would express love with my own son. So I have a son who is 15 and a daughter who is 13.
Okay.
It As they grow older, the way I express my love for them kind of changes.
Okay.
So sometimes it's very, I could be on his neck. You gotta do this, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. And like my daughter and my wife, sometimes she would enter the room and I'll just wake up, I'll just hear my wife shouting, "Oh, the room is not clean, the room is-" You understand?
Yes,
and
yes.
I would just crawl behind her and I'll be looking at my daughter like this. And my daughter will be doing like this.
Yeah.
And when she goes, I will just enter the room that, "What's up with you? Why do you behave like this? Why are you allowing this woman shout?
Right.
Step up." And all that. So it could be seen as chaotic.
Right.
Because even when my wife is shouting too, her screams woke me up from the bed.
Right.
And me, I'm a late sleeper. So I'll just wake up.
Right.
So somebody screaming, and it's my wife.
So are you kind of saying, I mean, that's a really interesting perspective. Are you kind of saying that, so in relationships, it's not as though the chaotic aspect of it was meant to be negative or bad, as it were, but ultimately we kind of see that it leads to maybe leaves people sometimes bitter, leaves people, angry, leaves relationships broken, leads to issues of irreconcilable differences. What's with that? Because if I'm hearing you correctly, it's not as though the chaos is bad.
Yes. Is the expression of so when you're expressing your love towards somebody, your expression can sound chaotic. Your expression can be peaceful. Your expression can be calm. There's so I think where another thing you need to balance is to know when and where to express. It should it be chaotic? There's some time that your child will do something, but even though he messed up, you don't need to be chaotic.
True.
You need to be calm. You need to be peaceful. You need to talk to him. You need to take control of it.
Yes.
You understand? And there are times where you need to reprimand him, and you would look very chaotic and aggressive and hard and everything. So it depends on what. So the expression has to do with timing.
Right.
In the journey of love. You understand? Sometimes it can be very chaotic. Sometimes it can be gentle.
Right.
Now, another thing on the other side, this is for my own self, another person's side too, is understanding of that love.
Yes.
Because I'll share a very experience I had with my son. So I was reading the Bible and I was thinking of God's love. For the first time, I had to think of it. How high, how deep, how wide. Love.
Right.
I was really passes on understanding. I was kind of wondering, why should somebody, what's waiting there for the love way back on that? You send your son to die. Yes. So I saw my son, he was outside, he was riding bicycle. So, just he as I was riding the bicycle, he would go around. When he rides, he will go, when he passes me, he will look at me.
Right.
I will just nod.
Right.
He will just nod. Like say, but how guys, guys.
And then you're his father.
Yes. So it's like say
he wants
that nod of approval.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it dawned on me that it's not just enough to love somebody. It's more important for the person to know that you love him.
Right.
Because anytime he offends me, he's very sad. He's bitter that he has offended me. Anytime he's trying to gym.
Right.
When I say, Bobo, your chest don't they come out.
He's very happy.
He's feeling himself. Yes. You see him walking, doing the press up aggressive. I wouldn't say, don't kill yourself.
Right.
You understand?
But,
so it dawns on me that it's not just loving somebody.
Yes.
There's a big difference when the person understands that she is loved. So when you are correcting somebody and the person understands that the person that is correcting indeed love, because it's with my children, as much as I can be shouting at my daughter,
they
I can see it in their eyes that they know that this guy is angry. Let me put it in PG.
Yeah.
but this guy is my guy.
Right. So do you think that in that case, like when it comes to love relationships, is it that, are you saying that there is an erosion maybe of a deep connection or an understanding that there is a foundation of the fact that you are loved? And so even when that person possibly does something that probably leads to chaos, or like you said, I like what you said about timing, you know, there could be seasons, and some people, some relationships never survive certain seasons, and sometimes they are difficult seasons. So is it that you're saying that in those seasons people don't really have an understanding that they are loved? Where did they miss it?
So the reason why somebody will not understand, you know, they are loved is a very, if you need to unpack it, it's very difficult. I'll try and not to go deeper, try as much as possible to, you know. So when you don't understand, for you to, it's very important to understand that somebody loves you and trust. And understanding comes with trust. So even though my wife or my friend or my dad or my pastor or somebody that I respect a great deal, I have some people who I respect a great deal, and they've called me out sometimes and talked to me in a very, and they'll call me back to apologize and say, you know, the way I spoke to you, I hope you are not offended. I'll say, no, why would I be offended? Because I understand
and trust.
Intention. So the trust is important. If there's no understanding, understanding is so important in relationship. Understanding is this. You know, sometimes you've driven a car. If you're driving a car, and you understand that this is my car. The brake get as it be.
Right.
You will not panic.
No.
Even if somebody's, you are sitting with your friend and your friend asks you that, how far, what did you do your car? And you say, no, my brake, but no allow, go move.
Understand this car.
You understand the car, and I know
understands me.
So people drive cars that have issues, but they understand the issue of their car. They are not taken aback. But if you're driving with somebody and the car is doing and you ask the person, what's up now? And the person tells you, I don't know. You panic.
You bail out of that car,
like,
I won't be there. Right.
Drop me so that. Because he doesn't understand his car. So understanding is kind of a big foundation in marriage.
I like what you said about trust, you know, about trust. I think, you know, we're not going into the issue of trust today, but I think trust is a real big issue because, like you said, if I trust, then everything kind of flows from that. That becomes like the foundation, right? Now, can we maybe just explore something else? Another dimension. And that's the dimension of, let's talk about married relationships now. You know, it starts out butterflies, passion, a lot of passion, and then it looks like at some point the fiery fire can tend to go out. Is that to be expected?
It's to be expected if you don't fan the fire.
Because a lot of people seem not to expect that kind of season of life. And then, you know, that's where sometimes you find the issues of maybe infidelity beginning to creep in, or people lose interest in the relationship. I call them quiet quitters. So they're there, but they've quit.
So people think that when you get married, you know, so it's like you just put fire. So the wedding day is that pot of fire, and the fire is glowing.
Right.
Then they go away.
They go away.
You have to fan that fire.
They go away. I like that terminology.
You have to fan the fire.
Where do they go to?
You know, so even look, if you there are friends, there are people who are your friends that just not hanging around. Maybe they traveled, they moved out of Abuja to Lagos, and you were not interacting with them for a long time, maybe for 6 months. You know, sometimes when you sit with them, especially when you are talking to them, maybe on the phone or a video call, you just realize you don't have anything to say.
Got it.
I have a friend like that, you know, and I don't. Hey, what's up? How you doing? How you business? How you doing? You there? Okay, now so we'll see later. There's nothing. You understand? So it is your responsibility to keep fanning the flame. So what I do? Let me try and. So I'm not talking out of the blue. Myself as an example. I try every day to fan the flames.
You said every day.
It's an everyday thing. Love is an action word. You are building every day. Even with your children. If you don't relate with your children, they would grow and you would not know. So it's the same thing. So it's the same principle. I think we think that when it comes to marriage, it's a different thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I really like that. Almost as though marriage comes with a different set of toolkits.
Yes.
We kind of forget that it's human relations as well.
It's human relations, yes.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so you talked about every day. That caught my attention.
Yes.
So what do you do every day?
So I personally, every day, I wake up in the morning. We try and pray together, you know.
Little things.
Pray together. It's the little things.
Yes.
What's up? She's in the kitchen.
Yes.
You come to the kitchen.
Yes.
You find gist.
Yeah.
You know.
You find gist.
You have to look
you have
for
something
the gist.
to talk about.
There must something.
Yes.
Whatever goes to through your head, you must throw it back at her. So initially, we have different interests.
Okay.
Me, I'm more of, you know.
So you don't have to marry somebody that has the same interests as
No,
you,
we can't even sit down.
the same personality.
We rarely sit down and watch TV together.
Interesting.
Yeah, because we have different TV watching interests.
Do you know, like I always tell my husband, I say to you, I discovered, it was a great discovery because sometimes when we're watching TV, you know, he's watching, he likes documentaries.
Exactly.
He likes, you know, and something that teaches. I will grumble. I'll be like, you know what? I'm watching TV because I just want to
relax.
Switch off. I don't want to learn anything.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want
I'm
to.
like that too.
Yeah, right.
I like documentaries. I like to. So when I'm always bringing, I keep coming.
Okay.
I'll keep coming. I'll say, do you know that in Greek, you know, do you know?
No way.
Do you know, and, you know, and when she brings her own,
yes,
I won't turn her down. I will listen to her. I will listen to her gossip, and I'll have something to say. Because
do you think then that people take each other for granted in terms of the fact that because it's not my the thing that I love to do is not my my default personality, my default way of relaxing. Do they get used to each other and forget that the other person may have interests that are not yours, and that's part of fanning the flame?
So the switch off relationship.
Right.
This is not marriage. Relationship must be built. Even business, even your business relationship. Look, if you have a big man or a top man that you are connected with, you find those films.
True.
You send them messages on their birthday, happy birthday, sir. You know, if they are organizing something on their birthday, you go and visit them.
Right.
You carry a gift, even if the small thing. Good afternoon, I just wanted to present this. What are you doing? You are fanning the flames. You are keeping the relationship. So it's the same thing with marriage.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
As long as you have. It has to do with relationship.
Yeah.
You have to keep working towards it. You understand? But the problem is that many people don't work towards relationship.
Right.
They assume.
That
and that's the biggest problem.
That's it.
So, and that's the biggest problem in marriage.
Yeah.
That causes divorce and causes assumption.
Mm.
Assumption. I used to tell my wife, never assume. Don't assume.
Yes.
Because I might be doing
don't think you know this.
You can
person.
be talking to me now and I didn't hear you.
Right.
You think I'm snubbing you.
True.
I have this habit of drifting. I can drift. I just
so
be like
you're
this,
quite the dreamer.
and I just blank out.
Right.
And then she will think, there's headphones in my ear.
Besides, you know, it's interesting that you say that.
Yeah.
There is also this basic difference between men and women. I was researching at one point and someone said this, that men actually have the ability to switch off and go into a box in their mind that is blank.
And when you ask him, what are you thinking? And he says nothing.
He's
not thinking of anything.
It came as a real shock to me.
Another thing about men is that
yes,
sometimes, and a lot of women don't understand.
Yes.
We want you around, but not around.
Let
me explain it. So we are in the house. We don't just want you hovering over us sometimes, but we are in the house.
Okay.
But just be in the house.
Right.
And I'm in the house.
Okay, well, how does that balance out?
So it's just
the need
presence,
of a woman
you get
where she wants conversation.
You get so it's timing. Look, as long as both of you see, there's a powerful thing with just being around each other.
Yeah.
We run out of gist in my house. You understand?
Yes,
she might just be in this room, I might be in the sitting room, I might be doing something, she might be doing something, or we're in the same space, but we're not talking to each other. We're not quarreling, we're just doing something. And I can pause and say, hey, look at this thing,
Right.
and she'll leave what she's doing.
Yes.
She'll check out and we'll laugh,
Right.
and then we'll go. Or if I realize that, what did this girl they do? I'll just jump into the room and I'll ask her, what are you watching? Because I know to piss her off. Because when she's watching a film,
she doesn't want to
ask her about the film.
Oh my goodness.
You are disturbing her.
Okay.
So I'll just come and I'll ask her and I'll begin to converse. And I will
So
see
you
that
kind of rock
she's
the
trying
boat.
to get rid of me because I'm disturbed. I will see her doing that, but I'll keep talking
It's like,
so that
go.
yeah. So we are trying to get,
Right.
you don't keep the silence for long. Don't assume. The problem is that you make assumptions, and assumptions is dangerous.
You're saying to me, and I'm hearing you, that silence is not a bad thing. I think the interpretation people give to so many things as well can be the problem.
Yeah.
So the fact that we're not talking right now does not mean we have a conflict situation.
No, I don't silence.
And peaceful love. I know, by being English.
Especially men.
Yes.
Men like that quietness and peace, that calmness. If you want to know if, just come and tell me that, Alpha, you go chop. You will say, waiting day. You eat, let me fry this for you now. Let me fry chicken for you. I said,
Okay.
correct, nice one. He's already watching football.
Yeah,
Maybe he's watching football.
He's zoned out again.
You get, don't go and meet him when he's watching football.
Really?
Yeah, he's watching Premiership. I don't watch football, I watch Formula 1.
Okay.
Motorsports. But he's doing the guy thing. Just be around.
So in other words, relationships can also thrive on an understanding of the difference.
Yes.
And
the
allowing that difference. Somebody referred to it in the terminology once. The person called it corners. So it's a bit like when you're in a boxing ring and there is that rest time when each person goes into their own corner to sort of refresh, rehabilitate, and then come back together as well. So it doesn't mean that when I go into my corner, I'm not with you. But at the same time, when we're together, our gist matters.
Exactly.
And that is kind of like a daily thing.
It's a daily thing.
Fanning that relationship.
Yes, it's a daily thing.
Yes.
You keep at it. You don't stop. You keep at it. So it builds the bond. Now, when you now have children, your children, if it's any family, when you see a child, a young kid, you will know the family they come from. When you have kids and they see that daddy and mom, there's this flow with them. It's not every time they're talking. She's always in the room, I'm always in the sitting room. I watch TV. So we're doing our own thing in the room. You understand?
Yeah.
We're doing very different, but there's understanding. This is quite understanding. She goes out to buy, she must buy coffee for me. Because I drink coffee morning. Every morning.
Okay.
Yeah. If so we there's an understanding with each other. It's not understanding is very powerful. It's one of the foundation of marriage. In fact, during our marriage class in TOBC, I talked about what you call attachment theories.
Okay.
There's 3 major attachment theories. If I can remember, there's the one that is the one. So let me just explain it. The first one is the person who is very attached to you. There's the other person there's one is called avoidance, non-avoidance, and the one that is in both. The push-pull relationship.
Right.
Now the person who is like to attach to you, maybe
always maybe wants attention.
That's the person's background.
Right.
Once you have to understand. That's why it helps, especially in times of courtship.
Right.
So understand that this person likes attention, likes understanding. This likes to interact with you. She can be sometimes be very insecure if you don't call her. Then you find out why. The kid is always why. I always tell people, why? He doesn't do this. Why?
Right.
Ask. When I got married, I used to sleep on the couch. My wife, why would you sleep on the couch? Yeah. Never assume. Ask.
Understand.
Why? And I explained to her, when we were growing up, we used to have a lot of people in the house. I just come to my room, I'll see a guest in my room. And they will say, stay in the room. I feel uncomfortable. I'll crash in the parlor. So I just got used to crashing.
Right.
And if I will wake up in the night
Yeah.
and go to the city.
So after that understanding, was she okay with it?
He used to tease me
Really?
and joke about it. You understand?
Right.
Because that's who she is. That's who I am. So it's the same thing too. So
some people don't like explaining to their spouses. That's not a good thing?
No. So it's everybody. Look, if you anytime you are aggressive, you must expect a defense.
Okay.
If I tell you and say, now wow, you don't even call me, oh, you will see, and the person sees that you're aggressive, you say, guy, you don't know what you had to go through. It's already been defend. So don't be aggressive. Right. It's a joke. Guy, babe, you like to crash in the parlor. What's it? What's up? I just said her. And we laughed about it. Are you serious? The same thing, if I see something I don't understand, I will ask her and she will explain it to me and I will laugh about it. So as we grow, there's understanding. And when you have children, your children will always want to be, and that's the sign of a good marriage, want to be
like you
around you guys.
One last question. Right?
Yeah.
So I think I kind of know where you're going to come out, but I'm going to ask it anyway. So would you rather argue with somebody who excites you? Or would you rather sit in silence with somebody who calms you?
Somebody who excites me. Somebody who calms me.
So argue with somebody who excites you, sit in silence with somebody who calms you.
I like the calm. Because to talk is very...
I thought you were going to choose that.
The one who calms me.
From listening.
Yeah, so you have... So I'm the push-pull relationship.
Right.
Yeah. Today, I have mood swings.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can be very playful today. And the next 30 minutes.
You've gone into
very quiet.
Do you know what? And this it's just been exciting. You know, from everything you said, in just wrapping up, because I think our time is almost up. I think what I've heard you say a lot is, first of all, no two relationships are the same. You know, there is that passion that ignites the relationship, but then it's good to expect that relationship to go into what I call business as usual. And there's nothing bad with that. But then through those seasons, it's to continuously, consciously fan into flames the passion of that relationship and yet continue trying to build understanding, continue building trust, continue seeking understanding. You don't know that person fully. You have a lifetime to discover that person. And so continue discovering that person. I think people stop discovering each other and then fall out of love. They stop fanning the flame.
You know, when you marry, the fire is big. Then it goes down. But you have to, when you're fanning the flame, it's no more big. It's just blue.
But that's enough to keep you warm.
So just keep fanning the flame.
So you've heard it, guys. This has been a wonderful episode. I think we're going to revisit this episode again and talk about this some more. There's so much to talk about. I think one of the things I'm going to really leave with, and I don't know what you are living with, one of the things I'm going to live with is the fact that no two relationships are the same, and then you need to continue to fan it into flame. Quiet or calm love is fantastic. You can avoid chaotic chemistry and just keep the chemistry. Avoid the chaos. Thank you so much, Mr. Bamigbola. This has been awesome. It has been wonderful. See, I tell you something. You can follow us on social media. On Instagram, it's Yinka Jibril. On Facebook, it's All That You Can Be. And then we'll put the social media handle so you can follow, ask your questions, and join the conversation. Keep it going. It's been wonderful talking to you. So cheers to wonderful relationships, and teaching others around us how to make it work.